For years, rumors of alien life lurking in the depths of our oceans have been everywhere, but they've been just that, theories. But the US government has just flipped the whole thing around. Recently declassified information points at something unexpected, evidence suggesting alien activity deep within the uncharted waters of our planet. From actual aliens caught on camera, but ignored for years, to an encounter that was buried on purpose. Here's everything that you need to catch up on right now. 1. Proof of alien life. Underwater, in November 2004, the USS Nimitz carrier strike group was conducting training exercises about 100 miles off the coast of Southern California. What started as a routine day quickly turned into one of the most baffling UFO encounters in modern history, an event that some believe confirms the existence of extraterrestrial life hiding beneath our oceans. It began when advanced radar systems aboard the USS Princeton detected strange objects appearing at altitudes of 80,000 feet before plummeting to just above the ocean's surface in seconds. These objects exhibited flight patterns far beyond anything human-made, moving at hypersonic speeds, executing instant stops, and making sharp turns without inertia. For days, the objects were tracked moving erratically over the area, raising alarms among the crew. When fighter jets were dispatched to investigate, Commander David Fravor witnessed what he described as a tic-tac-shaped craft hovering just above the ocean. The craft appeared smooth and seamless, with no wings, engines, or visible propulsion system. As Fravor approached, the object began mirroring his movements before darting away at an unfathomable speed. What stood out most was the object's interaction with the water. Fravor reported seeing the ocean churning beneath the tic-tac, as though something massive was lurking below the surface. The craft seemed to be communicating or coordinating with whatever was underwater. Moments later, it vanished, only to reappear on radar 60 miles away. Within the seconds, the incident wasn't an isolated event. Navy sonar operators reported strange, fast movers beneath the waves in the same area, objects moving underwater at speeds no known submarine or torpedo could achieve. This led to speculation that the tic-tac was either launching from or returning to an underwater base, possibly operated by an alien civilization that has adapted to life in Earth's oceans. When the Pentagon declassified the encounter in 2020, it gave way to debates about extraterrestrial life. Could this be the smoking gun proving aliens not only visit Earth, but reside deep in the uncharted depths of our seas? Many argue the government knows far more than it's admitting, and the tic-tac incident is just the tip of the iceberg. Want to learn about all the crazy alien findings and what the authorities have been hiding from us? Like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. We've got a lot more where that came from. 2. The Shag Harbor UFO incident. On the night of October 4th, 1967, a quiet fishing village in Nova Scotia, Canada, became the epicenter of one of the most interesting UFO mysteries ever recorded. The Shag Harbor UFO incident is often described as a possible encounter with extraterrestrial technology, and it might even point to alien life thriving beneath the ocean's surface. Residents near Shag Harbor reported seeing a series of bright flashing lights in the sky before a glowing object plummeted into the water. Witnesses, including RCMP officers and fishermen, described the object as a circular or domed craft about 60 feet in diameter. The object didn't explode on impact, but appeared to submerge gently, leaving a trail of yellow foam on the surface. Authorities initially suspected a plane crash and launched an immediate rescue effort. Local fishermen and divers scoured the area, but no wreckage, bodies, or conventional debris were found. What they did discover were strange disturbances underwater, described as unnatural movements and pulsing lights. The story took a strange turn when military divers reportedly entered the scene. While official records claim no physical evidence was recovered, declassified Canadian documents suggest a naval operation continued in secret. Local rumors hinted at divers witnessing a submerged object that emitted light and moved away when approached, as if piloted by an intelligent being. Some theories propose that Shag Harbor was not a crash site, but a rendezvous or repair location for an alien craft, possibly linked to an underwater base in the North Atlantic. Fishermen have long spoken of mysterious lights beneath the waves and unexplained sonar anomalies in the area, further fueling speculation speculation that advanced beings might be living in Earth's oceans. To this day, the Shag Harbor incident remains officially unexplained, but that hasn't kept people from talking about it. Many believe it's not just a UFO event, but potential proof of an underwater alien presence. As details emerge from declassified government archives, the possibility that extraterrestrials have chosen Earth's oceans as their home becomes harder to dismiss. 3. Lake Baikal UFO encounters. Lake Baikal in Siberia, the world's deepest freshwater lake, is no stranger to mysteries. But in the 1980s, Soviet Navy divers allegedly encountered something so crazy that it remains the subject of intense speculation to this day. These accounts suggest that the lake may harbor extraterrestrial life and possibly a hidden underwater civilization. According to declassified Soviet military documents and testimony from former officers, a diving team conducting routine training exercises in Lake Baikal stumbled upon something otherworldly. At a depth of over 150 feet, the divers reportedly encountered humanoid beings approximately 9 feet tall, wearing silver suits. The beings had no visible breathing apparatus and appeared to communicate telepathically. When the divers attempted to capture one of these beings, the encounter turned deadly. A sudden force propelled the team to the surface at rapid speed, resulting in decompression sickness, or the bends, which killed 3 divers and severely injured others. Soviet officials allegedly classified the incident, but whispers of the event persisted among military circles and researchers. To make matters worse, sonar equipment used in the lake frequently picked up unidentified objects moving at incredible speeds underwater. Fishermen and locals also reported seeing strange glowing lights underneath the surface, as well as UFOs hovering above the lake before disappearing into the water. Some researchers think that Lake Baikal's unique geography, its immense depth and age, combined with unexplored underwater caves, makes it an ideal hiding place for alien life. The lake is home to many species found nowhere else on Earth, leading to theories that it could support forms of life unknown to science. Maybe they've been there all along, but we just haven't seen them because they're hidden so well. While official accounts remain scarce, these stories have reignited questions about why the world's deepest lakes and oceans seem to attract UFO and USO activity. Could the Soviets be covering all of this up? 4. The Catalina Island Ocean Gateway. Catalina Island, located off the coast of Southern California, has long been a hotspot for UFO activity. For decades, locals, fishermen, and even military personnel have reported mysterious craft flying over the ocean, disappearing into the waves, or even emerging from the depths. These sightings have led to theories that the waters near Catalina Island might conceal an underwater alien base. One of the most famous incidents occurred in 2019, when U.S. Navy pilots conducting training exercises in the area recorded multiple unidentified aerial phenomena. The objects moved at incredible speeds, performed sharp maneuvers, and demonstrated that no visible means of propulsion. Some of these UAPs were reportedly tracked descending into the ocean without slowing down or creating an impact splash, a feat that defies conventional physics. Earlier accounts from the 1960s and 1970s describe glowing, disc-shaped objects diving into the ocean off Catalina's coast. Witnesses often report seeing bright lights underwater, moving with purpose, and disappearing into the depths. Fishermen in the area have also spoken of sonar anomalies, where their equipment detects fast-moving objects beneath the surface that no known submarine could match. In 1982, a private pilot reported seeing a massive, metallic object hovering above the water near Catalina before it submerged and vanished. Similar sightings have persisted, leading some researchers to speculate that Catalina Island and its surrounding waters are a transit hub for extraterrestrial craft, possibly connected to a global network of underwater bases. Catalina's unique geography, with its deep underwater trenches and caves, makes it an ideal location for hiding advanced technology or life forms. Some theorize these crafts use the ocean as a shield from human detection, or as a gateway to an alien civilization thriving beneath the waves. It's possible that this region may be home to one of Earth's most compelling extraterrestrial mysteries, but we haven't been able to look into it enough to notice. 5. Operation Mainbrace. Operation Mainbrace was a massive NATO naval exercise held in September 1952, involving over 200 ships and 80,000 personnel from several countries. While the operation aimed to demonstrate NATO's strength during the early Cold War, it became infamous for a series of UFO sightings. These events involved military personnel from multiple nations, making them some of the most credible UFO encounters in history. The first sighting occurred on September 13th, when crew members aboard the Danish destroyer Viking Villemoes reported a glowing blue triangular object flying at high speed near their ship. The object seemed to be observing the fleet, maneuvering in ways no known aircraft could match. Days later, multiple Royal Air Force pilots observed a silver, disc-shaped craft over the North Sea. Witnesses described it as metallic, silent, and capable of accelerating at extraordinary speeds. The object was visible to ground radar operators, confirming it wasn't an optical illusion. And perhaps the most dramatic incident, crew aboard the U.S. aircraft carrier, Franklin D. Roosevelt, reported seeing a large, luminous object hovering over the ship before vanishing into the ocean. Divers later reported sonar anomalies, suggesting unidentified objects beneath the waves. These sightings weren't isolated. Other participating ships also reported strange lights and objects flying over or diving into the water. The events led to theories that the UFOs were observing the NATO exercises, possibly as reconnaissance missions. The object's ability to enter and exit the ocean has fueled speculation about underwater alien bases or advanced technologies hidden in the deep. 6. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. In June 2011, a Swedish diving team known as Ocean X made a shocking discovery on the floor of the Baltic Sea. While searching for shipwrecks, their sonar picked up a massive circular structure 300 feet below the surface. The anomaly, roughly 200 feet in diameter, looked like a spacecraft from a sci-fi movie, complete with strange grooves, straight lines, and what appeared to be a ramp leading all the way to the seabed. The structure that immediately led to theories. Its shape and features didn't match anything typically found in nature. Divers reported that electronic equipment malfunctioned when they approached the site, including cameras and communication devices. This fueled speculation that the object might be an alien craft with residual energy or advanced technology still active beneath the sediment. Photos and sonar images revealed more details. The anomaly has a rounded top, resembles stone or metal, and seems to rest on a pillar-like base. Some theorists compared its shape to the Millennium Falcon, suggesting it might be the wreckage of an ancient extraterrestrial craft. Others pointed to the possibility of an underwater base, or even a device designed to manipulate Earth's magnetic fields. Skeptics argue the structure is likely a natural formation, such as a glacial deposit or a rare rock formation created by volcanic activity. Ocean Ekata's attempts to return and study the site were hampered by limited funding and continued equipment issues, leaving the anomaly still without an official explanation. What makes this find even more intriguing is its location in the Baltic Sea, a relatively shallow body of water not typically associated with UFO sightings. Could this be evidence of ancient alien activity, a crash site, or even an underwater gateway that no one was able to detect all this time? Possibly. 7. Alien technology in the deep. In 1997, NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, detected an ultra-low frequency sound in the South Pacific Ocean. That has got everyone confused about what's going on. Nicknamed the bloop, the sound was picked up by underwater hydrophones thousands of miles apart, indicating it originated from a massive source. It was so powerful that it rivaled sounds produced by the loudest known marine events, such as volcanic eruptions or icebergs breaking apart. What set the bloop apart was its very unique acoustic signature. The sound's profile closely resembled that of a living organism rather than geological activity. However, if it were biological, it would have come from something far larger than any known marine creature, larger even than a blue whale. This led to the theory, could it have been produced by an alien life form or an underwater craft? There's more here. The sound originated near a remote area in the South Pacific, close to Point Nemo, a location famously dubbed the oceanic pole of inaccessibility. This point is a lot farther from any landmass than any other place on Earth, making it a perfect hiding spot for something or someone trying to avoid detection. Although NOAA later tried to suggest the sound was likely caused by icebergs cracking and shifting, the explanation hasn't convinced everyone. The vastness and unexplored depths of the ocean leave so much there that could be the reality. The reality that the government has been trying to hide this entire time. 8. The Mystery of Lake Vostok. Lake Vostok, buried in under nearly 13,000 feet of Antarctic ice, is one of the planet's most isolated and mysterious ecosystems. Sealed off for an estimated 15 million years, this subglacial lake has been shielded from sunlight, surface contamination, and external influences, creating conditions that some scientists believe could mimic environments on icy moons like Europa or Enceladus. In 2012, Russian researchers drilled into the lake and retrieved samples of water from its surface. These samples contain strange microscopic organisms, unlike anything previously cataloged. Some of the DNA sequences match no known species, but that just made clear that there was a potential here to harbor truly unique or even extraterrestrial life forms. If life can thrive in such extreme conditions, it raises the possibility that similar environments on other planets could also support life. The lake's mysterious properties have led to even wilder theories. In 2001, classified reports allegedly described electromagnetic anomalies in the area, leading to speculation about advanced technology or alien bases hidden beneath the ice. Additionally, sonar scans reportedly detected large, unexplained structures within the lake, but these strange structures have never been photographed. They just can't seem to find them. Theorists say these organisms represent a form of life originating from Earth, or might have served as a refuge for something more alien. They're not sure how to test these beings, but they know learning more about them will lead to answers to questions we don't even know how to ask yet. 9. The Havana Sonar Incident. In the 1970s, the U.S. Navy submarine patrolling near the coast of Cuba reportedly encountered something that defied all known technology. During a routine sonar sweep, the crew detected multiple underwater objects moving at astonishing speeds, far faster than any submarine, torpedo, or marine creature known at the time. These objects, later dubbed fast movers, were tracked darting through the depths with precision and agility, their behavior unexplainable by conventional physics. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? That's exactly what other people who've cited UAPs do too. Yet all of their stories have been dismissed like they aren't true. According to declassified reports and anecdotal accounts from Navy personnel, the objects displayed characteristics of advanced intelligence. They maintained consistent speeds exceeding 200 knots and performed rapid direction changes, all without creating turbulence or detectable noise. Such capabilities were far beyond the reach of 1970s technology and remain unmatched even today. The crew of the submarine reportedly attempted to follow one of the objects, but it vanished into deeper waters, leaving no trace. Efforts to investigate further were classified, leading to speculation about the incident's true nature. Some theorists believe the objects could have been extraterrestrial crafts using the ocean as a hiding place, while others suggest they were advanced Soviet technologies, though no evidence supports this. What makes this whole incident even more interesting is that it happened during the Cold War, a period rife with covert operations and experimental weaponry. However, the behavior of the fast movers, silent, incredibly fast, and seemingly unaffected by water resistance, points to a level of engineering far beyond human capability. We haven't been able to track it down, nor have we been able to explain it. So, is there any way it could be human? 10. Real fossilized aliens. In September 2023, journalist and UFO researcher Jaime Maussan had the world in his grip when he unveiled something no one was expecting. 2 mummified bodies. He did it during a congressional hearing in Mexico. What made this moment extraordinary was Maussan's claim. These mummies were not humans, not in the slightest, and they looked like it. Discovered in 2017 near Peru's Nazca lines, the small desiccated figures were unlike any known species. Each had an elongated skull, lightweight skeletal structures, and hands with only 3 long fingers. Even more bizarre, their necks appeared capable of retraction, an anatomical feature unheard of in terrestrial species. Carbon dating suggested the mummies were over 1,000 years old. Scientists analyzing their remains made a shocking claim that shut down anyone who could have tried to deny them. Nearly 1/3 of their DNA sequences did not match anything known on Earth. Not humans, not animals. It was nothing we've ever seen before. This genetic anomaly is the initial speculation that these beings could be extraterrestrial in origin, perhaps crash landing on Earth or living here millennia ago. They died here, they were buried here, but somehow their bodies were just totally preserved. Despite the sensational claims, the findings have faced intense skepticism. Many scientists have demanded rigorous, transparent testing to rule out potential hoaxes or misidentifications. But all the research so far has shown that they are telling the truth. But somehow, the government that totally buried this story, and no one seems to talk about it. 11. The Nazca mummies. In the spring of 2017, researchers uncovered a series of the bizarre mummies in Peru's Nazca region. Among the 6 mummies discovered, the largest and most well-preserved, dubbed Maria, quickly became the centerpiece of a heated global debate. With her elongated skull, 3-fingered hands, and lightweight frame, Maria didn't look like any known human or animal species. Initial examinations revealed no signs of tampering or forgery. Maria's skeletal structure, particularly the 3 long fingers, seemed biologically consistent with the rest of her body. Early carbon dating suggested Maria lived around 1,100 years ago, contemporaneous with the Nazca culture, responsible for the geoglyphs in the region. Researchers identified her as female and began the painstaking process of analyzing her DNA to determine whether she was an ancient human with deformities, a member of an undiscovered species, or something far stranger. The DNA results revealed some strange anomalies. While portions of her genetic makeup aligned with known human sequences, other segments appeared completely alien, defying comparison to both modern and ancient samples. Skeptics argued that these results might be because of contamination or misinterpretation, but the absence of clear answers only made everything even more confusing. All of this isn't as unexplainable as it seems. Maria and the other mummies were found in a dry, remote cave, a perfect environment for natural preservation. But their discovery near the Nazca lines made things a little concerning here. Are these beings connected to the ancient geoglyphs? Were they revered figures in Nazca culture, part of an isolated population, or even visitors from another world? It's clear they're not humans, so any or even all of these things could be the truth. Can we really deny what's right in front of our eyes like this? 12. The Indian Ocean ROV encounter. In 2013, a remotely operated vehicle captured one of the most extraordinary underwater encounters ever recorded. Filmed at a staggering depth of 3,753 feet in the Indian Ocean, near a drill well head off the East African coast. The footage was later posted to YouTube. Initially, the creature appears as a surreal, floating form, almost resembling an abstract shape or otherworldly symbol, but the true marvel unfolds at the 40-second mark. Before viewers' eyes, the being goes through a crazy transformation, shrinking into a jet black jelly with vibrant, pulsating lights. Something an average animal just doesn't do. Experts have weighed in on the creature's identity. While some speculated it was a rare type of cephalopod, many identified it as a bloody belly comb jelly. This deep sea dweller is known for its translucent body and shimmering lights, which it generates via cilia, tiny hair-like structures that create rippling, rainbow-like patterns. Comb jellies, like this one, thrive in the ocean's depths, where their light shows serve purposes ranging from camouflage to communication. The creature, still in the midst of its transformation, is sucked into the output from the ROV's thrusters and seemingly torn apart by a nearby valve. It was torn to shreds and pretty much disappeared in front of our own eyes. The being left nothing behind, nothing that could be studied. So all we have to go off of is a few seconds of video, but from it, it's pretty clear what we saw, even if the government will never confirm it. 13. The chemical clues. With all the other cases, we could say that maybe it wasn't the truth, but some things you can't deny. In 1976, NASA's Viking 1 and Viking 2 landers touched down on Mars, becoming the first spacecraft to successfully conduct experiments on the Martian surface. Among their many missions, one goal stood out: finding evidence of life. To accomplish this, the landers ran several groundbreaking tests, including soil analysis and experiments designed to detect biological activity. The Viking-labeled release experiment was particularly interesting. It introduced a nutrient solution to Martian soil and measured for the release of gases that could indicate metabolic processes, something that only living organisms would produce. The results were startling. The soil released a significant burst of gas, a finding consistent with microbial life. This prompted excitement among scientists, with some believing they had just uncovered proof that Mars was not as barren as previously thought. However, skepticism quickly followed. Other experiments on board failed to detect organic molecules, a critical component of life as we know it. NASA officially concluded that the findings were inconclusive, citing the possibility of unknown chemical reactions unrelated to biology. This stance left the scientific community divided, with proponents of the LR experiment insisting the results could only be explained by life processes. Decades later, debates still rage over the Viking results. Some scientists argue that the lander's instruments were too primitive to fully interpret the data, while others contend the experiments offer the best evidence yet for extraterrestrial life. But can any of it really be believed or denied?